We're going to show you how to install the fly section from the stored position on the link belt 8065. Right now that you got the boom run out, headache ball above the ground, you want to let the ball on the ground with the boom cylinders only. So give them the proper signal to let the boom down. You never ever let the ball on the ground with the hoist. It's always with the boom cylinder. Alright, now that shows you the proper way to let the ball down on the ground. Boom back in so we can pin the fly section off.
Pulling the pin, get it out away from the cable. Pull the pin from your retaining pin for your booster shield. Put it back in place. And pull the cable off to the left side of the boom. And get it up over the line.
Now you put the keepers in for the pins. You got double holes up there. You've got to do them holes right here to swing it around. A little lubrication on that belt. See, you have to use a lot of force to get them in. Alright, now you got to pull this rod straight down and put it in the lock position to free it from the keeper, storage position. What he's doing now is removing the pins from the second section of the fly because we're not using that, and putting them back in the storage main section of the fly. Now you do not remove these if you're using both sections of the swing away. Alright, now we've got the main section of the swing away separated from the end section. So now we've got the pin pulled down there so we can get it off the cradle that stores it. We've got a 20-foot belt on it so that we can pull it around and control the swing on it. Now another thing that's really important to do is make sure when you get ready to swing it around that you have got the boom level. Alright, it's real important now that these two pins in this head section stay in till you get the swing away unstowed and swung around. Then you remove these two pins and put them in here. But until you get it swung around, this pin and that pin up there must stay in place. This is a free floating shaft and it could possibly slide out. So these must stay in place.
Okay, well, stick this top pin up here first, because you can line it up a lot better, and then you can use this jack handle to line up the lower pin second. So you want to put the top pin in first. Take it back that way just a little bit, Gary. There you go. See how it drops right in? Drops right in without a hammer. Now you could use this jacking handle down here at the bottom to push this swing away out until this pinhole lines up. And then you want to back your jacking handle back out away from the swing away once the pin is installed.
All right, what Billy's doing now is removing the other 2 pins from the head section of the boom, and this is the real critical part. These 2 pins come out top and bottom, and they get placed on the other side. Now, when you go to take the swing away back out of it, or the fly section back out of it, these pins have got to be removed first from the other side and installed here where you just took them out of before you remove any other pins. Now we're reinstalling the hoist cable and all the guides. Let's get the anti-2 block, move it down. All right, now what we're doing is the anti-2 block, move it from the rooster ship up here on top of the swing way we just put in. It's a simple plug in, shorts houses itself, and clip it on. Be sure you put this cap back on here so we don't get no water and stuff in that one. And you got to take this anti-2 block off here and move it down to the end. All right, now once you get everything back assembled, check all your pins and all your keepers. Another thing I want you to do is a function test. I want to make sure that the anti-2 block is working, so this is the way we'll check it. All right, there you go, it locked us out. After you get everything assembled, before you make your first pick, I want this load anti-2 block check, and I want you to make every function the crane's supposed to do. Do a 360 both ways, boom it up, all the way up, all the way down. I'm not worried about the extension, but I want a full function check done on the crane anytime you do something like this to it. Every morning I want you to do a full function check on the crane. 360 it both ways, boom it up and down. Hoist up and down, just make sure everything works as it's supposed to work. Okay, another thing I want to remind everybody before we install a swing away, a jib, a fly section in any crane that we got or that we rent, that you get a hold of me. Try me first. If you can't get a hold of me, get a hold of Billy Rump or Mark Brunner. But before any jib, fly, swing away is installed, you must contact either me, Billy Rump, or Mark Brunner. If we get one from an outside vendor, we might even go so far as to make them have a rep come and show us the proper way to install a jib in a crane so we don't have no more problems like this. Anytime you guys got any questions, you give me a call. If you can't get a hold of me, get a hold of Billy Rump. signing off.